Get rid of us that easily, TikTok. We are on day 19 of 365 days reading through the Bible. We're following the Alabaster Study Guide, and we are on week 3, day 5. So we will be reading Job 5 and 6 today. And I'll also, because of the blackout last night, I didn't get to post day 18. Hopefully I'll get to post day 18 later on tonight. But we're going to jump right in to Job 5 and 6. We read Job 3 and 4 last week and 1 and 2 our first week. So we're following the story that way.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, I have my daughter here too. Okay, I'm going to read the Bible now. Ready? You got to listen. Eliphaz's response continues. Cry for help, but will anyone answer you? Which of the angels will help you? Surely resentment destroys the fool and jealousy kills the simple. I have seen the fools may be successful for the moment, but then comes sudden disaster. Their children are abandoned far from help. They are crushed in court with no one to defend them. The hungry devour their harvest, even when it's guarded by brambles. The thirsty pant after their wealth, but evil does not spring from the soil, and trouble does not sprout from the earth. People are born for trouble, as readily as sparks fly up from a fire. If I were you, I would go to God and present my case to him. He does great things too marvelous to understand. He performs countless miracles. He gives rain for the earth and waters for the fields. He gives prosperity to the poor and protects those who suffer. He frustrates the plans of schemers, so the work of their hands will not succeed. He traps the wise in their own cleverness, so their cunning schemes are thwarted. They find it is dark in the daytime, and they grope at noon as if they were night. He rescues the poor from the cutting words of the strong, and rescues them from the clutches of the powerful. And so at last the poor have hope, and the snapping jaws of the wicked are shut. But consider the joy of those corrected by God. Do not despise the discipline of the Almighty when you sin. For those he wounds, he also bandages. He strikes, but his hand also heals. From 6 disasters he will rescue you. Even in the 7th he will keep you from evil. He will save you from death in the time of famine, from the power of the sword in time of war. You will be safe from slander and have no fear when destruction comes. You will laugh at destruction and famine. Wild animals will not terrify you. You will be at peace with the stones of the field, and its wild animals will be at peace with you. You will know that your home is safe. When you survey your possessions, nothing will be missing. You will have many children. Your descendants will be as plentiful as grass. You will go to the grave at a ripe old age, like a sheaf of grain harvested at the proper time. We have studied life and found all this to be true. Listen to my counsel and apply it to yourself. Chapter 6. Job's second speech, a response to Eliphaz. Then Job spoke again. If my misery could be weighed, and my troubles be put on the scales, they would outweigh all the sands of the sea. That is why I spoke so impulsively. For the Almighty has struck me down with his arrows. Their poison infects my spirit. God's terrors are lined up against me. Don't I have a right to complain? Don't wild donkeys bray when they find no grass, and oxen bellow when they have no food? Don't people complain about unsalted food? Does anyone want the tasteless white of an egg? My appetite disappears when I look at it. I gag at the thought of eating. Oh, that I might have my request, that God would grant my desire. I wish he would crush me. I wish he would reach out his hand and kill me. At least I can take comfort in this despite the pain. I have not denied the words of the Holy One. But I don't have the strength to endure it. I have nothing to live for. Do I have the strength of a stone? Is my body made of bronze? No, I am utterly helpless without any chance of success. One should be kind to a fainting friend, but you accuse me without any fear of the Almighty. My brothers, you have proved as unreliable as a seasonal brook that overflows its banks in the spring, when it is swollen with ice and melting snow. But when the hot weather arrives, the water disappears, the brook vanishes in the heat, the caravans turn aside to be refreshed. But there is nothing to drink, so they die. The caravans from Tema search for the water. The travelers from Sheba hope to find it. They count on it, but are disappointed. When they arrive, their hopes are dashed. You too have given me no help. You have seen my calamity, and you are afraid. But why? Have I ever asked you for a gift? Have I begged for anything of yours for myself? Have I asked you to rescue me from my enemies, or to save me from ruthless people? Teach me, and I will keep quiet. Show me what I have done wrong. Honest words can be painful, but what do your criticisms amount to? Do you think your words are convincing? When you disregard my cry of desperation, you would even send an orphan into slavery or sell a friend. Look at me. Would I lie to your face? Stop assuming my guilt, for I have done no wrong. Do you think I am lying? Don't I know the difference between right and wrong? And that is the end of chapter 6. My phone was dying, but I think we got the end of chapter 6 in there. I'm just gonna read a note really quick, because you hear Eliphaz respond to Job, and one of the things he says is, if I were you. And I literally just made a Facebook post about this, because I've been in the position where someone's like, oh, if it were me. It's not you. You don't understand my suffering. Job just lost his family. Like, his possessions, okay, possessions can be replaced. His family, his kids, they cannot be replaced. God does bless him with more kids down the line, but that's not the same as this living. Each human has a different fingerprint. Each kid has a different fingerprint. He's not replacing the kids that were lost. And so these are his friends who sat with him in quiet for 7 days. And then when they go to speak, they say something like, if I were you. That's painful. So I'm just going to read a note really quick from that's in my Bible, speaking on Job 5:27. Eliphaz was tall on advice and short on compassion. In fact, Job exclaimed that all 3 of his friends were miserable comforters. When people are going through severe trials, ill-advised counsel is distasteful. They may listen politely, but inside they are upset. Be slow to give advice to those who are hurting. They often need compassion more than they need advice. Honestly, it's better to sit in silence than to say something real messed up. And that's all I'm going to say on that. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for day 20.